Right, morning gang. It's been mentioned a few times that it'd be a good idea to film the Brass Monkey Run. So it is Halloween night, October the 31st, 2019, and we're going to do the route so as you can watch it and you won't get lost. Okay, it's quite cool, but nevertheless nice and sunny. Right, when we leave for the run, we always leave from the top entrance because it's safer to do so. And normally somebody shuts the road off while we all get out. The Brass Monkey Run is the charity one we do anyway, is either the first Sunday of first Sunday of the month, first Sunday of January, or the January the 2nd. It's whichever's not a work day the next day really. So anyway, we're going down the hill to the island, past Morrison's on the right hand side, to turn right on the A511. For anybody interested, we started the Brass Monkey Run in 1994. It wasn't run from the Vic then, it was from Mark Eaton Park in Derby to Matlock. But when I took over the Vic in 1999, it seemed a good idea to run it from here and then make another route. So yeah, the Brass Monkey Run's been going about well, since 1994. 25 years, is it, or something like that? I don't know, I've not worked it out. And we've been running it ever since. It's now a charity event. We raise money for Rainbow's Children's Hospice in Loughborough, and we usually manage to raise quite a few £100, subject to weather of course. If it's snowing we don't do it. If it's freezing, below freezing, or ice on the roads, we don't do it. We'll just reschedule it for another date. So we've turned right, hit the island at the bottom. We're coming along the A511 to the first set of traffic lights. We'll see if we can sneak through here, or maybe not. Anybody know how the river dance got started? It was by a large Irish family with only one toilet. Where's he going? So yeah, we're on the A511 going towards Leicester. We'll be passing Barden Quarry on the left shortly, up to Barden roundabout, where we'll turn left, but we just actually carry on the same road. I'm going to go at the speed that we would normally go at to do the run. We just take it at a nice steady pace. Gives you a chance to see the scenery. I had a girl come in the pub last night. I says, you've drawn your eyebrows a bit high. She looked surprised. We're just coming up to what the locals call Stardust Island. There used to be a nightclub here called Stardust. It's long gone, but still known as Stardust Island to the locals. Right, we're going to carry on obviously on the A511 towards Leicester. Now we're coming up to the Flying Horse roundabout. The Flying Horse was a pub. It's not anymore, although it's still called the Flying Horse. It's a Chinese restaurant. There's not many Chinese restaurants in Colville. I don't think there's any that you can actually sit down and have a meal, so this is probably the closest one. Although if you're in the pub one night and you want a Chinese, you can order one from the local takeaways or Indians or anything else, and we don't mind you eating them in the pub. We even give you the plate and the knife and the fork. Right, we're now coming up to the M1 roundabout. This is junction 22. We go under it, and when we come out the other side, it turns into the A50. Same road, same tarmac, same lorries, but it's the A50. So once we've joined the A50, we go to the first roundabout, which is Field Head roundabout, and we take a left onto Markfield Road. Into Newtown Linford. It's about a mile-ish up the road. So now we've joined the A50, we'll just meander our way up to the first roundabout. Okay, we're just approaching Field Head roundabout now. This is where we turn left onto Markfield Road, which is going to take us down into Newtown Linford. Newtown Linford is the place where you would go and have a look at Bradgate Park. If you were to turn right here and go along for half a mile, you find the entrance to Bradgate Park. There's a lovely stream to walk down to. There's deer and also Lady Jane Grey, who was Queen of England in 1554 for 9 days at the age of 15. It was her home. It's ruins now, but it's well worth a look at if you're in the area. It's one of Leicestershire's biggest tourist attractions. I can guarantee there'll be a lot of people there today because it's a nice day. Right, we turn left there at the T-junction, and we're just going to make our way up now towards, there's another entrance to Bradgate Park, and we're going to make our way up the hill and then we're going to turn left opposite the entrance. The entrance at the top of the hill is called Old John. There is a big monument when you walk up, and it's another entrance to the to the Bradgate Park. They're all connected together. Cropston Reservoir is also a nice place to have a walk round. They do a lot of fishing there and stuff. The restaurant on the left is called the Grey Lady. I would assume it's after Lady Jane Grey, who was the Queen all those years ago I mentioned. On the right here is the other entrance to Bradgate Park. If you go up and walk down, you'll come to the ruins, and also you'll be able to see the monument. We're going to turn left here onto Benscliff Road, okay? So there's the other entrance to Bradgate Park. Lovely place to visit in the summer. At these crossroads, if you was to turn right and go for half a mile, the entrance to Beacon Hill. Beacon Hill is one of the highest points in Leicestershire, and there's really nice views over Loughborough when you get to the top. At this staggered junction, we're going to turn right on the B591 to take us down towards Loughborough. We'll actually get to Nampanton and take a right hand turn. It's a very cold day today. It's although the sun is shining, the birds are singing. So we're on the B591, yeah, something like that. We're just going up to another high point, and if you look to your right, well, I've got to look for you, haven't I, because I'm filming it. There's again, there's nice views of Loughborough, similar to what you would get if you went up to Beacon Hill. We're going down quite a steep hill now towards Loughborough. And if you look on your right now, you'll see some of the views. Oh, it's a bit foggy, misty. I wouldn't have thought there'd have been a lot of traffic about here, but there is. The bike I'm on is a Honda CB600F. It's the one I used to hire when I go to the Canary Islands in the winter riding, and this was the bike I used to hire, and I think it was 2018. Martin and Joy, who run the business, they put the bike up for sale, so I bought it, flew out, and I thought it'd be a good jaunt to ride it back through Spain and France. I made a wee video, it's on YouTube, and it was jolly good fun. I spent 2 days on a ferry, that's the only downside, and the sea is rough. I'm okay with boats and stuff usually, and I was then, but I landed in Cadiz in southern Spain, and oh, it's a tractor holding everybody up. And then it took me, I got 4 days to get from there to the tunnel at Calais. So I had to do quite a lot of miles during each day to be able to get to where I needed to go. Right, we're going to turn right here onto Woodhouse Lane. The Priory pub, which I've not mentioned, is just behind us. So we're off now to Woodhouse Eaves. On the left now is a reservoir called Numpanton Reservoir. It feeds Loughborough with its drinking water. It's a nice place in the summer to have a walk round, and there's a lot of fish in it. We used to come here as kids, you know, when I was sort of really kids, 12, 13 year olds, and catch loads of perch, you know, it's full of them. On the left now is the Outwoods Forest. It's another great place to park up, take the dog a walk, or just generally have a peruse through the woods. This is another entrance to the Outwoods Forest, just on our left. Just takes you to another part of it. This is another entrance to Beacon Hill. So you can actually park up here and then walk up from the other side. We're dropping down now into Woodhouse Eaves. Woodhouse Eaves is one of Leicestershire's most expensive places to live. Paul Leary, the famous chef, and Peter Shilton, the England goalkeeper, used to live here years ago. You actually have to go into Woodhouse Eaves to really enjoy the quaintness of it all. When we leave Woodhouse Eaves, we go into a small village then called Woodhouse. So you've got Woodhouse Eaves, which is where we are, and Woodhouse, which is to come, is where we're going to. I like Woodhouse a little bit more than I do Woodhouse Eaves. There's quainter cottages that you pass through. I'm not saying there's none here, there probably are, but we haven't got time to go and route them out. So we've left Woodhouse Eaves now, we're going on our way to Woodhouse. We're coming down to sort of river level now, where the River Soar is and stuff. In Woodhouse there's a lot of quaint thatched roofed cottages, and it's home to the Bow Manor Hall. There's the Herrick family used to own. I think it's all part of the National Trust now. But there's some lovely buildings here. There really is. The old folk box, you don't see many of them about now. See nice cottages on the right here. There's a few more a little further up. There's a super one here, look. As I say, it's the entrance to Bow Manor Hall. They have events on there and craft fairs and one thing and another. So we've left Woodhouse and we're going to be going into Quorn, Quorn, shortly. Now in Quorn there's a steam railway station. It's all linked to the Great Central Railway in Loughborough. Loughborough's famous for one or two things. The university, the Australian students used to think it was pronounced Loughborough, which is quite funny. And also it's home to the Great Central Steam Railway, which is quite a big organisation now. If you're into steam trains, you'd love it. Go and show your kids, and you can do steam train rides and one thing and another. Quorn again is a nice place to have a meander around. The River Soar passes through it on one side, so in the summer a destination point, if you like. Right, we're going to turn left now and we're going to join the A6. So we're in Quorn at the lights, and we're going to turn left along the A6. There used to be a big garden centre there and a lake. They've sort of trashed it all and building retirement bungalows. Oh, I might have one. Not. Right, we're on the A6 now. We're going towards Loughborough, or Loughborough. At the island, instead of going through the town like we used to do, they've made it a really one-way system, and it's awkward if you don't know where you're going. So we're going to turn left and we're going to go on the ring road. The ring road, once we're on it, is dead straight. You go right to the other side of Loughborough and get back on the A6. This road we're on now is the A6004, and that's the one we'll be going down. So we're now on the A6004. Don't go through Loughborough, else you'll get lost. Right, this road now is really a straight road. You don't turn off it at all until you get to the other side. Loughborough is also home to the Bell Foundry. I think it's Taylor's Bell Foundry, and they used to make bells for churches and one thing and another. I think they still do, but not on a very big scale. Nobody, I wouldn't have thought anyway, I wouldn't have thought bells are that popular anymore, like they used to be. This part of Loughborough we're going through on the left is called Shelthorpe. This is where I was born, and I lived here till I was 11. It was a great place to live. Yeah, nothing's changed here in 50 odd years or more. I don't know when the estate was built. I think it was in the 40s, maybe earlier. The pub there was the Bull's Head, is now a McDonald's, and it's stayed pretty much the same, which is not bad. So we're going straight over this island, dead straight road. We'll now be coming up to University Land. The road goes straight between the university. I'm led to believe there's about 20 odd thousand students when it's term time. They provide quite a lot of business for the town. That's the accommodation block tower that a lot of them live in. They live in the houses and everything. They bring a lot of money into the town. So we're at the Forest Road roundabout now. If we turn right, it takes you into the town centre. Turn left, it takes you to back where we came from, really. Right, we'll try and do a sneaky here, I think, because it's chocker. Sure somebody will let me in. Anyway, we're in the university grounds now, to the left and the right. I daren't look. And it's famous for its sporting activities. Sebastian Coe was here. He lived in Loughborough at one point. And quite a few famous people. Steve Crabb, I think, had a lot to do with Loughborough University because he was big buddies with Sebastian Coe. It's the joy of having a motorbike, isn't it? You can sneak through traffic as long as you're careful. Some car drivers don't like it, especially on the motorway, when they're stuck in traffic and you're going through. But it's a legal sort of manoeuvre, you can do it. There's nothing wrong with it. So it's quite accepted by most people, but some car drivers don't like it. Right, we're on the Ashby Road Island now. Again, we're going straight across. Loughborough has a water network, the Loughborough Canal. It has lots of boats and stuff. So it's they have a market on a Thursday and a Saturday. Quite a big market. It's in the town centre. Okay, so we're following the ring road, signposted Derby. Okay, so we get to the last roundabout, and when we reach there, we turn right, and we go down that road, which is Warwick Way, and we'll join the A6 at the roundabout, which is the quite a big one, where the industrial area is of Loughborough. So here we're going to turn right down Warwick Way, and join the A6. There's a McDonald's here on your right hand side. We won't be stopping there. There used to be a pub called the Warwick Arms, and it was my local because when I got married I sort of lived just up there a bit on your left, and it was a nice pub, but as pubs go, you know, they're sort of in a decline at the minute. So we take a left here along the A6, and this is where we go into a lay-by and regroup, because people do get lost or stuck behind lights or hit roundabouts. So we call it a fag stop, or if you cannot find a bush, it's a wee stop. And we just pull in here for 10 minutes or so and let people catch us up. So we indicate, and this roundabout, it's a blooming lay-by, is quite a big one, and we can, on a good day, we can actually fill it with motorbikes. So we normally get the local press will come down and take photographs and that, and then we get a mention in it in the local press. So we're now coming out the lay-by, and we'll join the A6 again when it's safe to. Okay, so that was a lay-by. We regrouping. Now then, the next place of port of call is a little village called Hathen. It's not really got a lot going for it, other than it's a nice place to live. There used to be a sock factory, quite a well-known sock factory called Swift's, and but I don't think they're there anymore. Right, we're just coming into Hathen now, and it's just a small community on the A6. That's really it. We're very close to the River Soar here, and the River Soar and the canal system is, people do spend time here in the summer. We used to, when we were kids, we used to go swimming. It's a little village called Zouch, Z-O-U-C-H. It's where the canal and the river system join together. And it was great swimming around the loch. A bit dangerous, I suppose, but when you're kids you don't really think that, do you? So when we're in Hathen, the second set of traffic lights is where we turn off the A6 and head out towards Long Watton and back home to Colville. So that's the first set of traffic lights that we've gone through. So at the second set, which is just down here, as you can see, we take a left to aim back towards the Colville area. Right, we're just coming into a small village called Belton, B-E-L-T-O-N. It's just a small village. The only thing it's well known for is that it's one of the few places in the country that still has a maypole. Do you remember the girlies dancing around the maypole with ribbons and stuff like that? They've actually got one in the centre. I'm not going to take you in to have a look because it's just a maypole, but if you're that inquisitive, come out and have a look. I proposed to my ex-wife yesterday, but she says I only wanted her for my money. Did you hear about the Italian chef that died? He passed away. Passed away. It's alright, I'm just having a look at my queues. Right, yeah, that was Belton anyway. They have a football team, and their football kit is red top, red shorts and red socks. I don't think they've got red boots, but... Right, that's Belton. Our next port of call is Osgathorpe. The building coming up on our right, if you remember Shawaddy Waddy, the band, well, Malk Allard, the drummer, he used to own that, and at the back they built a nightclub and they called it Jimmy Dean's. It's not there now. Well, the building is, but the nightclub isn't. I think it's now a church of some description. Right, on our left now is Osgathorpe. It's another little farming community, and it's quite nice to have a look round if you're out this way. I could have said something then, but I didn't. Begins with W. Right, we're just entering into another small... Look at that, that were a waste of time overtaking me, wasn't it? Knob. Right, we're in Griffey Dam now. Griffey Dam, years ago, there was a monster, a griffin, I think that was called, and it lived under a bridge where the water was. So Griffey is Griffin, Dam as in water, and that's how its name came about. A mythical monster, that's what I was trying to say. So anyway, we're coming out of Griffey Dam, and we're going to kiss the outskirts of another small village called Quorn. Right, just around this bend, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to join the A512, which is the Loughborough Road or the Loughborough Road. And but we're going to turn right up to the A42 M42 roundabout and back to Colville. So we're at the M42 roundabout now, and we're going to take a left along the A511. That's the first exit off the roundabout, so you're off it as soon as you're on it. And now we're on the A511, which will take us back into Colville. We're in, just passing through another small parish called Sinope. Sinope is the home of a crazy man called Dennis, and all he does is talk about politics and shop stewards and crap like that. And if you disagree with him, he starts shouting and mumbling and making silly noises. He does come in the pub sometimes, so I hope you see this, Dennis. Right, we're on the outskirts of Colville now, so we go straight on the ring road. Don't want to go through the town. I'll have to treat myself to some heated grips. Anyway, if you're coming along here, the pub is signposted. We've got lucky enough to have brown tourism signs, and we turn right at the island just up the road. Obviously Colville, with its name, was a coal mining town, bet you guess that. And the last mine shut in 1986. The Vic pub is where all the miners used to go for a drink when they came out the shaft. So where Morrison Supermarket is used to be the coal face. See how the Vic Bikers pub is signposted on tourism signs. We're apparently a tourist attraction. Yeah, so as I was saying, the last mine closed in 1986. It's the area that Morrison's and the supermarket and the retail park is on was the Whittick Colliery. We're now on Whittick Road, and we'll just see the Vic in a few seconds. Where when you pull in, there'll be a roaring bonfire in a 50-gallon barrel, and there'll be free soup and a roll when you've done the Brass Monkey Run. And then they collect money for Rainbow's Children's Hospital. The Rainbow Girls will be there to collect money. We try and charge a £5 a bike to go on the run. Obviously every penny goes to the to Rainbow's Children's Hospice. So we'll turn left now into the Vic. You can either go in this entrance or you can go in the next one. They both lead into the same place.